Hello, this is Shyamal Chandra from the Chess Analysis Show. Today we're going to talk about a 1/4 minute with 5 second increment rated blitz from 5 months ago against Dappenfeller, who was ranked at the time 1437. I was at 1171. And let's go straight to the action. I open with my knight in front of my king side. They respond with d5 pawn move. I respond with a mirror move on d4. They respond with bishop to f5, very similar to some sort of four knights defense type of opening, but it could be something different. I respond by preventing them from getting involved, taking my knight, so I move my pawn to the h3 pawn square. They respond with knight to f6. So this is a very typical opening. I respond by letting my bishop go loose with pawn to e3. Then they respond with a mirror move with the same thing, almost pawn to e6. I respond by getting my typical opening where I try to take that pawn in the center with the c4 pawn. They respond by taking their bishop out so they can castle. I take that pawn. They take it with their queen. I take my knight out to attack their queen. They retract. I check their king before the eventual castle. They respond by moving their pawn to c6, trying to eliminate this attack. I retort back to c4, bishop c4. Then they castle king side. Then I start my attack on the queen side with a3. They move the queen to b6. I retort to do kind of start of kind of a Fisher type of defense by moving my knight to e2. They get their knight out at d7. I castle kingside. They move their queen to c7. So this is, I don't know what they're trying to do, but and I get my knight up there, so it's a very safe king right now. It's double protected. They move their knight to b6, attacking my bishop. I put my bishop in the cubbyhole at a7. Now they expose that lane or column, and they put their rook on it at d8. I start attacking with that pawn, trying to push that pawn up with e1. They retract their bishop into g6. I push my pawn up one square to e4. They tried to, I don't know what's going on here. They're trying to attack my queen. I protect it with my bishop. They go retract back to the previous position and attack my knight. I fork their bishop and knight. They take, I take, and then they move their knight to d5, kind of attacking my bishop. Then I take their bishop. They get irregular pawn structure on g6. Then they take with knight to d6, knight to d5, sorry, and then the pawn moves to b4. They start attacking my queen on d1. I move my queen to keep my queen safe on c2. Then they retract their knight to b5. I push the pawn on a rank to a file to attack their knight. They take, I take, they take, and thus we have an interesting game. Then I push my pawn on b5. They start getting their rooks in line to attack my push pawn, more pawns. I take, they take. I push my pawn. They get two rooks on one column. Then I equivocally get my rook on the same column. They take, I take, they take, I take. Then they take my pawn. So we have kind of a problem here. I have a knight. They have more pawns. There's the imbalance here. And we're running out of time here, seriously, because this is a 1/4 minute, 5-second increment rated blitz game. So I move my knight there to protect my king. And they push the pawn. I move my queen up to attack the king eventually. They move their pawn down. I castle. Check. I take. I take. I take. And black runs out of time. So this is kind of a really interesting game. Could have been really interesting at the end. But I won on time because I had the 1/4 minute, 5-second increment. It shows you how much valuable time can be if you have such a small amount of time given fixed instead of increments too. So this game was done 5 months ago against Dappenfeller, 1437 against 1171 Advanced Coder. And I'd like to just end this by talking about how important it is to think about time. And time is very, very, very quick on you in chess. So you have to be very careful. So other than that, that's it. See you next time on Shyamal Chandra's Chess Analysis Show. Thank you.